Everybody.
Good morning!
There you go. You've definitely had your coffee today, haven't you?
Yes.
Is that what you guys are giving them these days, coffee? Well, I'd like to welcome you to the Wild Time to Celebrate show here at the Fort Worth Zoo. Did you guys know that the zoo is 100 years old this year? Pretty cool, huh? And what better place to celebrate 100 years of great zoo experiences than right here deep in the heart of Texas town. If you take a look around, you'll notice that the area is designed to look like a town here in Texas back at the turn of the century. If you look right over this way, you can see an authentic looking stagecoach. All the storefronts were designed to look as they would have back then. And even right here on stage, we have this, okay, truthfully, we don't really know what this is. It's been around here for a very long time, but it works well for us to hold our animals during the show. Well, that's what we're here to see. We're going to be taking a look at animals from all over the world. Now, while our animals are out, we do ask that you please remain seated and do not try to touch them if they come close to you. Now, this pathway here, you'll notice it's right above your heads. If animals would come above your heads, just realize that you're now in the... Whoa, what's going on? Whoa, here, do you see that? You may need a fire extinguisher. Excuse me, ma'am.
Forgive my intrusion. Wow, look at this place. It sure has changed a lot. What year are we in?
We're in the year 2009.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Frederica von Snicklesnort, and I'm an inventor from the past, and this is my latest invention, a motorized time-to-time journeying apparatus.
Wouldn't it be easier just to call it a time machine?
Hush, you silly boy. You're obviously not an inventor. Last I remember, I got in, I turned a few dials, and I flipped the switch, and I ended up here. Hey, did you put those animals in my machine?
It's nice to meet you, Frederica. My name is Chris. You landed right here in the middle of the Fort Worth Zoo. Those animals...
Fort Worth Zoo, you say? I love the zoo. Wasn't as fancy back then as it is now. Back then, there was one lion, 2 bear cubs, a gator, a peacock, and some rabbits.
Wow, it doesn't sound like a whole lot at all.
Well, if I remember correctly, a traveling carnival broke down here in Fort Worth, and those animals became the city's first zoo.
You know, that's pretty fascinating because now the zoo is home to nearly 4,000 native and exotic animals. But that is a great piece of trivia because we are celebrating our 100th anniversary this year. Does anybody out there know what year the zoo was founded? What do you think? 1909, you are absolutely correct.
Well, if you'd like, I can take my time machine and head back and find some more interesting tidbits about the zoo.
That would be great.
Then I'm off.
All right, well, it looks like we figured out what this thing is. I guess it's some kind of time machine or a motorized time to journeying something or other. That's the thing about the Fort Worth Zoo is you never know what you're going to run into. Well, we're going to be meeting our first guest, and he is headed on his way out here now. This is Kanga. And Kanga is a hyacinth macaw. This is the largest species of parrot found in the world. Now, you find hyacinth macaws living down in the tropical palm nut forest of South America. You want to turn around and see everybody? He's showing you his good end. All right, well, we'll talk about these tail feathers here then. Take a look at those. Take a look at how long his tail feathers are. There we go. Take a look at how long the feathers are on his wings. You know what? He has those really long feathers to help him to fly. Down where he lives, he's going to be flying up over the trees where it's very, very windy. By having those really long feathers on his wings, it helps to push through all that wind. And his tail feathers are going to fan out just like this when he's flying. And it's going to help him to keep his balance while he's flying around. Okay, can you say hello? One more time, can you say hello? Very nice. Believe it or not, in his 30 years of life, that is the only thing that he has learned how to say. Parrots only talk when they want to talk, and they only say the things that they want to say. You can't make them say anything. Now, he is a very good sport, though. We tell lots of really goofy jokes around here at the zoo. A lot of people think that I'm really dry. Makenga here, he keeps me feeling good. Do you think I'm funny? You think I'm funny? Yeah, he thinks I'm pretty funny. All right, we're going to go ahead and send Kanga on home. Now, if you do want to see some more different species of macaw, we have different macaws down this way in the zoo if you go and check them out. Easy thing to remember about macaws is a lot of them are named by their colors. So, we have a hyacinth macaw, which is, hyacinth is another name for blue. That's how he gets his name. The blue and gold macaw would be what colors? Blue and gold, very good. How about the scarlet macaw? Oh, no, what's going on? I think I'll find it. Really? That's pretty cool.
I did.
Well, I can see from that nice little outfit
They
you
were
have on
wearing
there.
all of these back then. How did I look?
How do you guys think she looks? Looks pretty good? Yeah, she does look pretty good. All right, so what was going on up through the 50s here at the Fort Worth Zoo?
Well, in 1920, Queen Tut became the zoo's first elephant, followed by Penny in the 1940s. 1954 was sure full of excitement. That's when the aquarium opened right down yonder where that new building's going up.
Wow, that does sound pretty
But
exciting.
that wasn't the real excitement.
Okay.
The city was in panic. It was in all the newspapers. It even made headlines around the world. An 18-foot Burmese python named Pete escaped from the reptile house.
No.
Day 1 went by.
Sorry.
No Pete. Day 2 went by. No Pete. Day 3 went by. No Pete. Keepers were searching everywhere. Day 4 went by. No Pete. Day 5 went by. No Pete. Then on day 6,
They found it.
no Pete. On day 7,
Frederica?
No, Pete.
Frederica, I think we get the point.
well, on day 17, they found him. He was curled up in the warmth of the monkey house and the city was relieved. Funny thing is that Pete, a few years later, well, he laid some eggs. And from then on, he was known as Patricia the Python.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
That's right, that's funny. But I'm not done yet. I'm headed back to find what happens next.
Okay, well, what year are you headed to?
I